welcome back to the Bricks Hub. So this is just a quick video I'm doing as the start of a brief series on the new LEGO 2023 Star Wars sets. This first one is quite a simple one, and it's just a few simple mods you can do to your TIE Bomber, the new TIE Bomber set. So as you can see here, this what you can see right now is this TIE Bomber set. I've recreated in Studio. Just to kind of give you a bit of a look at what the whole thing is. I've not bought the set yet, and I'm not too sure if I will buy it, but it looks quite a decent one. And there's a few little problems. It's actually overall like a really solid set. There's a lot of really good stuff about it. It's got a lot of good pieces, and there's a lot of really good details. I've seen someone point out, like, some of the stuff at the front here, like, how this roller skate piece, like, this looks really similar to the front of the TIE Bomber, actually. So they've done a really good job with that. But there's a few little ugly things I'm not a fan of, like these things just sticking out at the top there. Or some of the colours and some of the weird shaping here. And just a giant hole where obviously the bombs come from. But you'd hope that there's a way to cover that up. So the mods I've come up with here are some pretty simple ones. And you can see where I've made the improvements. I've fixed the front a little bit. I've changed these colours and made them a little bit more accurate to the official, the model, what it should look like. And I've changed these little front parts and made I made the top a little bit more accurate as well, removing the new spring-loaded shooters, removing the new stud launchers as well. They don't look too bad if you remove all the things from them, but I just personally wasn't a fan, so I've done that. So a lot of these changes are pretty self-explanatory, actually. You can see here I just simply use these pieces with some of these grey clips on. Oh, oops. Just put them there and replace them. They might look a bit more like jut out a little bit more, but I think they look a lot more accurate to how these parts stick out actually in on the official vehicle. You could also use lighter grey versions of these. I personally think that kind of removes the look a little bit, but I think it's worth a try anyway. They might be a little bit more expensive, but I do think, I guess, it makes the whole thing look a little bit more uniform. These two ridges that are sticking up are actually pretty important because you'll be able to see them on the official model, and they do kind of stick out a bit. In reality, they probably should be the same shade of grey, but often LEGO does this thing where they use a darker shade to kind of show something jutting out a little bit more, and in this case they've done a lot of that in this set, so I've decided to go with it, because if I didn't, I'd have to recolor these to light grey and then it would just look a little bit ugly. So I'm going with LEGO style of doing using darker colors to represent things that stick out a little bit more, which is something they've done for a long time. They've done it with lots of their builds, and I think in this case it works, especially with the TIE Fighter, and to make it a little bit more diverse rather than just quite a uniform light grey all over it. I also included this part, these bits stick out a little bit more, and just cleaned up the shaping on this part because really it doesn't need any. And the little change I made here is you should just be able to pull these little bits off to load the bombs into the rack, and then you just put these two back on because it just looks so much smoother like that. And then you go underneath and you have these little doors that you can just open up. And now you've got access to the bombs. This is just a little change that I made. You could still keeps the play feature with the bombs, but also looks a little bit more fun, and kind of keeps the aesthetic of the ship looking okay without it just having these big gaps all over it. Another change that probably a lot of people might have requested is to try and make it so that the cockpit here is completely has a hole through it, so that the pilot can see through. And I had a bit of a think about that, but I think that would just completely would require the whole thing to be redesigned. And to be honest, I don't think it seems too bad. The cockpits of TIE Fighters always were quite dark, and it's a bit weird actually that in some of the LEGO sets you can just see the pilot straight through. They always use this slightly darker frosted thing, but I think it looks completely fine in a position like this, and I don't really think that's much of an issue. They probably made this very much with knowing that they'd have to do something like this, and they kept that in mind. and I think it works. Some people have suggested using the larger TIE fighter cockpit piece, but if you look at the ship, it does have a lot smaller of a cockpit than other TIE fighters. So I think overall this is just a compromise that the designers had to go with, and I agree with them in this case. There's definitely a lot of things that can be changed on this build, as you can see here, but in that case I think I do agree with the designers to go for that. So as you can see, this is maybe not as thorough as some of my redesigns. I only need to make a few small changes to this set because really it's a pretty good set as is, and just looking at the set as it is, I think it's perfectly functional. It looks fine, but if you want to just have a bit more of this display accuracy, if you're less interested in play features and more interested in making it look nice, I'd recommend going with these. But since you're here, I figured I'd show the next major project I've been working on, which will hopefully get a video fairly soon. This is an alternate build I've been working on for this set. Now, I know a lot of people quite liked my alternate build for the TIE Fighter, where I made a TIE Advanced, and this set even comes with Darth Vader. So yep, here is TIE Advanced I've actually been working on. It might change a little bit as it goes on. There's still a few problems I have, like the shape of the back and all that, but I'm really excited to show people this because it's taken a lot of work actually. But you'll just have to wait a little bit longer for that one.